Well, good morning, YouTube. Got a little project today. I thought it'd be great for a short little video. And what we're doing here is we're going to extend a patio. And we've got a fire pit right here, and it's stone rock work that's been here for 50 years, I guess, something like that. And I'm standing on an aggregate patio, and you can see the flower beds behind me here. And we're going to take some pavers and extend this out into the yard there a little bit, probably about 10 feet, so that when we've got company, people can kind of sit around the fire over there and expand the patio space a little bit. And we did something similar to this here a couple of years ago over here, and I'll show you that, how it turned out pretty nice. With the same, we're using the same pavers. They're 18 by 36, you know, high pressure concrete or whatever they call it, but basically commercial pavers. And the ground around here is very sandy. So the one I did earlier, I basically just put right on the ground with a little bit of sand to kind of get it level in some spots. And the ground does not heave really much at all, if any, because of the sand. What I'm going to do to level this up, I've got some 5/8 minus, and I'm going to spread that around here to get it level, because the flower bed over on this side is probably 6 or 8 inches below the surface, and then it kind of levels out as you get out into the grass about 10 feet. I'm going to have to make a couple cuts because this is kind of a semicircle here. But anyway, I'll show you what we did earlier over here. Okay, we came off the patio here, and we went out and put a few little stones, just laid them on the flower bed to not track dirt into the house and whatnot, and made this little patio extension over here. And like I said, these are basically just laying on the ground where the grass was with a little bit of sand to bring it up to level. But we're going to do basically that same thing this time around. Here you can kind of get a better view of what we're talking about from this side. So you can see that rock work there is a kind of a semicircle. We're going to make these level with the top of that, lift it up to about within 2 inches of the top, because that'll make, these pavers are, I think they're 1 3/4 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, that's what we got to do. That's the first order of business, kind of get that up to grade. Got our 5/8 minus here. We're going to start putting that down. Kind of got started here, and we're probably a third of the way done. And see, I laid in some of that 5/8 minus. Had to skim out a little bit of that grass right there. But then it tapers off again over there, so I probably won't have to do too awfully much more. Okay, kind of getting back to it. A little rainy out today. We got most of that done yesterday, and got a place. I need to cut a couple of these to fit in some spots toward the corners where that fire pit's rounded, or semicircle, so to speak. So I made me a little template, and I've laid it on here and drew a line there. And I've got an angle grinder with a masonry blade on it that we'll use to follow that line around. And we're in the woodshed because it's raining to beat heck outside, and this is the only place dry that I had where I could make a mess and not have to worry about it. So anyway, that's what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and get our safety gear on. Got our safety glasses, put our mask on here, and we'll get started. There we go. That didn't take too long, actually. Got a pretty nice groove on there. I will say I didn't get it real square, but it's pretty darn good. So let's go see if it'll fit. Okay, now we're going to get ready to do the next one. Did pretty good the first time around, so let's see if we can do a repeat. There we go. Now, if that one fits, hopefully that one fit a little bit closer, a little bit better than the other one, but we're going to find out. By golly, I'd say that worked pretty darn good. Pretty close. I think we'll fill in, need to put a little sand in there to build that up and set it in. And we'll probably cut another little piece for right there somehow. Make that fit. And then we've got to cut one over here. Kind of about the same idea as what we did there. All right, got that one in there. Had to do a little teeny bit of extra trim right here to get around that little nub that was right there. That looked pretty good. So far, so good. Got that last piece fitted in there. Turns out pretty good. Now, got to go get some sand or some 5/8 minus and lift those up a little bit and get them set. And then next project will be to power wash that rock there, get all the moss off there, and point it up a little bit with a couple of these. And then a couple of these rocks are loose. Take care of that. We'll be good to go. Ready for a fire in the fire pit. Well, we finally got this project all wrapped up. You can see we got our patio finished out there. It turned out pretty nice. I pressure washed all that rock and repointed it a little bit. It didn't do a great job on it, but at least all the loose rocks and everything are now solidly in there. And we took the old fireplace and relegated it to the scrapyard and decided to upgrade to a Yukon Solo stove. So I think the only thing I might be doing at some point is I'll probably take some polymeric sand and fill in those cracks around there and some of the cracks here in the on these pavers. But anyway, other than that, turned out pretty nice. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment and subscribe.